We all know the opening to Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. You return to Monteriggioni after the ending of Assassin's Creed 2, and then the next morning Monteriggioni is attacked by Cesare Borgia. We all know that this attack was made extra effective by a spy within the walls of Monteriggioni. This prick. However, what if I told you that there might be yet another spy within the walls of Monteriggioni? Or at least a character that I just can't figure out, and this character being a spy is the only way that I can explain it. Now, I've thought this for years. This character has always seemed a little bit off to me. And of course, taking a look at this starts with the beginning of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, so I had to start a new game for you guys. You're welcome. Before we get going, I'd like to issue a minor spoiler warning. However, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood has been out for 9 years. If you haven't played it yet, that's your own problem. So as you're playing through the opening of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, you get to a point where you return to Monteriggioni, and for whatever reason there's a little breakup in the main narrative where you have to go off and do 3 errands. Each of these errands has a symbolic meaning. The mission in which we catch Mario's horse essentially tells us that Ezio is going to be doing what he's doing for a long time yet, which is done through this line.
Here.
Grazie, Ezio. I can no longer keep up with the horses. Promise me you will enjoy your good health. Do not spend as much time in battle as your Uncle Mario.
My battles have already been won.
That is good news. Arrivederci, Ezio.
And the mission where we fix and try out the cannons on the battlements foreshadows us using them to defend Monteriggioni the following morning when Cesare's forces attack. At the same time, I do believe this foreshadows Mario's death.
But I got hold of a design from France, a hand cannon. Something called a wrought iron murderer. Imagine firing a cannon from your hands. That is the future.
As the following morning, Cesare kills Mario with his fancy firearm, which looks a little bit like a cannon except it's in his hand.
Give me the gun his friend fashioned for us. We've had too much bloodshed. I think the cleansing is in order. So consider this an invitation from my family to yours.
That one isn't such a solid idea, but I thought it was worth a mention. Anyways, then it comes to the third of the 3 missions that you do at this point, which is probably the one that you'll do first, because when you are left to roam Monteriggioni to do them, this one's the closest. Which is, of course, this memory here.
I always get stuck with this.
Need some help.
Salve.
So many flowers. Your husband must be very lucky.
I am the lucky one. I have you here to aid me.
Let me see what I can do.
Back there, I may have given you the wrong impression.
Oh?
I have no husband. The flowers are for a party.
Am I invited?
To Claudia Auditori's birthday party in the villa. If you are willing to help me again, I need someone with class to accompany me.
What makes you think I have class?
I could tell the moment I saw you. No one in this town walks with such bearing. I'm certain Ezio Auditori himself would be impressed.
Oh? What do you know of Ezio?
Claudia thinks the world of him, but he rarely visits her. From what I gather, he's distant.
She is right. I have been.
Oh no. You? The party was intended to be a surprise. Promise you will not tell Claudia.
What will you do to keep me quiet?
I am sure I can think of several things.
I'll be waiting to hear them when we get there. Now about earning my silence.
I have something in mind. There is one condition.
Anything.
You must wait until tomorrow.
If it pleases you, I will not stand in your way.
It will be worth the wait, Ezio. Trust me.
Wait a minute, who put the other flower boxes there? So in case you missed it, this line, wait until tomorrow, directly suggests that something is going to happen. So this little memory hints at the villa attack. However, there's something off about this entire interaction, it just doesn't add up. It's like there's more to this character. Allow me to explain why I think this. So first of all, we find her struggling to carry a box of flowers. Now that's the last thing that you'd probably be expected to struggle to carry, as the last time I checked, flowers aren't that heavy. Even with a lot of them there, it wouldn't be particularly heavy. Not to mention she seems to already have carried loads to the villa. Then as they are walking, she seems to not know who Ezio is, even though he's literally the talk of the town. As he was walking through the main street of Monteriggioni, we're made aware that the locals know who he is, which makes me think there's no reason why she shouldn't either. So why would she deliberately make it seem like she's slipping up like this just to promise Ezio that there will be a surprise if he waits until tomorrow, as Ezio wasn't supposed to know about the party they were prepping for just yet. So was this just there to suggest that this was going to happen the next day? Or are all those things that just don't add up with this character there for a reason? Now time for a counter argument. If she was a secret spy for the Borgia, why would she risk everything with this smug interaction? But as a resident of Monteriggioni and an employee of Villa Auditore, there's no reason why this woman shouldn't know who Ezio was and what he looked like. Meaning this seeming slip up wasn't a slip up at all and was done deliberately. Not to mention she pointlessly waits around for Ezio to help her when she doesn't need helping at all. And we have to ask ourselves, what would that surprise have been had Monteriggioni not been attacked? I mean, we have no means of finding this woman, do we? I mean, Monteriggioni is a small place, but what can she offer Ezio, really? And if there's one thing that I've learned about good narratives, is that in good narratives there is no such thing as a coincidence and everything is done for a reason. So this seemingly pointless interaction must have had a purpose somewhere, and I reckon it runs deeper than simply foreshadowing the events of the next day. Now there is no concrete evidence that suggests that this woman is a Borgia spy, but she's a bit fishy. I did it, I joked about my own channel name, you can shut up now. So what do you think? Is this woman a Borgia spy? Or is she simply there to foreshadow what happens next? Either way, there's more attention drawn to this character than this character is seemingly worth, and it would be pretty cool if it turns out that this woman was a spy in canon. However, in my opinion, it's the mystery that makes this so cool, so it doesn't necessarily need to be confirmed, but left up to people's headcanons to decide. So please do let me know what you think. Anyways, thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff, I would really appreciate it. Be sure to go ahead and pledge over on Patreon if you want to support the channel even further, I'd really appreciate that as well. And I will see you all very soon with another video at some point.